Lisa from theScore eSports, and I'm here with Nick Doucette, our League of Legends analyst. We're in LA, and we are going to discuss the upcoming relegation match between Enemy and Team Coast. Now, with Team Coast, they show a really strong early game, whereas Enemy, not so much. So what do you think about that?
That's definitely the case. Enemy has really struggled throughout this LCS season with their early games. They have one of the largest goal differentials at 15 minutes of any team. It's something around a deficit of 1,800 goals, which is ridiculous. And across the way, Team Coast is the best early game team in Challenger, no question. That's a pretty big difference that Enemy needs to make up if they want to hold on to their LCS spot. They can't afford to let Team Coast get ahead by 2,000 gold early on in the game. It's simply not going to work in a best-of-5 series. And for Coast, they just need to keep doing what they're doing. Play strong lanes that push up early, get CS leads, and free up Shrimp to counter jungle.
Now let's move on to the top lane. We have Flares for Enemy and Chris for Coast. Now, Flares has kind of struggled a bit this split. So how do you think the top lane matchup is going to go?
Yeah, Flares, down the stretch of the season especially, was picking more damage-oriented top laners. He played some Riven, he played some Fizz, but his team left him completely out to dry. There was very little warding and very little jungle support for Flares, and as a result, he got camped really hard in those games and, fed a lot of deaths. That's definitely something that Enemy needs to look to fix if they want to put Flares on a damage dealer. If they're looking to run that sort of strategy, that lack of support for their top laner simply cannot happen. And for Coast, Chris has been an absolute monster down the stretch. He played some fantastic games on Olaf, dominating in a split push, got huge leads and applied a lot of map pressure. This is something, again, that Enemy can't allow to happen. They need to put Flares in a much more comfortable position so he can, carry them along the way.
You mentioned Vision, and I think Vision can really make or break a game. And we have Coast's jungler, Shrimp, who's really known for his counter jungling. So how do you think Vision will play out in this series?
Vision is definitely going to be very important, especially for Enemy. Now, they have a lot of LCS experience in terms of vision control. And for Coast, as you did say, Shrimp is an extremely adept counter jungler. But primarily in the Challenger series, he was running a counter jungler strat by seeing the the opposition, ganking lanes rather than proactively through deep vision. So if Enemy are diligent in their counter warding and setting up vision of their own to put a wrench into Shrimp's counter jungling efforts, that's definitely going to give them a window where they can triumph.
All right, thanks Nick, and thank you so much for watching. Be sure to check out the rest of our videos and subscribe. We'll see you again next time.